Have you ever stopped to think about how AI could solve problems that are just too big, so complex that even one super smart AI can't crack it alone? Well, today we're going to dive into this really cool technique where AIs actually form their own teams. They talk to each other to come up with these incredibly detailed solutions. Let's see how it works. So this is the big question, right? You've got a massive, high-level goal, something like, hey, plan an entire marketing campaign from scratch. A single AI might give you a pretty good summary, a decent outline, but what if you need the nitty-gritty, the detailed, step-by-step plan of attack? How do you actually get that methodical breakdown?
Well, the answer is actually pretty brilliant. Instead of relying on one AI working all by itself, you create a system where multiple AIs have to work together. They basically simulate a conversation, passing the task back and forth, each one building on what the other just did. And there's a fantastic framework that does exactly this, and it's called CaMeL. The best way to picture it is like a little two-actor play. You've got these two different AI personas, and each one has a very specific role to play. They're basically performing a script to reach a shared goal. It's a really fascinating way to think about autonomous problem solving. So, who are the stars of this little play? Let's meet the two AI agents that are at the very heart of this CaMeL framework. Okay, so on one side, you have the AI assistant. Just think of this one as the doer. Its entire job is to take an instruction and come up with the next concrete step to solve the problem. Then, on the other side, you've got the AI user. This one is like the director. Its job is to look at what the assistant just did and give the very next instruction, guiding the whole process forward one little step at a time. All right, we've got our actors. Now let's see how the performance actually happens and how their little back and forth conversation can build a complete detailed solution from just one simple starting idea. This simple loop right here is the engine that drives the whole thing. It kicks off with a human, someone like you or me, giving it a big picture task. Then, the assistant jumps in and provides the very first step. Based on that step, the user gives the next instruction, and this just repeats back and forth, turn by turn, building out the entire solution. And what's really crucial here is that the entire chat history is passed back and forth, so both AIs always know exactly what's going on. So let's make this real for a second. Let's say our task is to plan that marketing campaign. The AI assistant, the doer, might start things off with this first logical step. It's clear, it's simple, and it's something you can act on. And boom, immediately, the AI user, our director, sees that first step and issues the very next command. See, it's not trying to solve the whole problem at once. It just gives the next logical instruction. And it's this interaction that forces the problem to get broken down piece by piece, which is how you avoid those vague, high-level summaries. Now, this all seems incredibly smart, doesn't it? These agents stay perfectly in character, they stay on task. But how? Let's pull back the curtain for a second and look at the real secret in their script. I mean, it really does feel like these AIs just know how to work together. But there's no fancy code telling them when to speak or what their lines are. So what's the trick? How is their behavior being controlled so perfectly? Okay, here's the secret sauce. It's not magic at all. It's a really detailed system prompt. Before the conversation even begins, each AI is given a script, and it's written in just plain, normal English. This script tells it who it is, what its mission is, and gives it a very strict set of rules. For example, the assistant is explicitly told never ask for clarification. Now, that one simple rule forces it to always offer a solution, which is what keeps the whole process moving forward without getting stuck. And this incredible technique actually has a name. It's called the persona pattern, and it is a massive deal in modern AI. You're not writing complicated algorithms here. You are literally programming an AI's behavior using carefully written natural language. You're giving it a job title, a mission, and rules to live by, just like you would for a person on your team. So what's the bigger picture here? I mean, understanding the pattern is one thing, but why is it so important? What are the real-world consequences, the good and the bad, of building AI teams like this? Well, the power here is just immense. This approach lets us take these huge, kind of fuzzy goals and have an AI team autonomously break them down into these tiny, actionable plans. The real genius of the system doesn't come from one super smart AI. It actually emerges from the simple, structured conversation between two AIs that are just following a few rules. It's an amazing way to generate really detailed documentation, project plans, or even computer code. But of course, it's not perfect. This method can get really expensive. I mean, every single back and forth in the conversation is a new call to the AI model. They can also get stuck in these repetitive loops if you don't design the prompts very carefully. And over really long conversations, they can sometimes start to forget who they're supposed to be. And honestly, just getting them to agree on when a task is actually done is a pretty big challenge all on its own.
So this leaves us with this incredibly powerful new tool and a really fascinating question. We can now build these teams of AIs that work together to solve problems with just a staggering level of detail and autonomy. So the only question left is, what should we point them at next? What are the grand challenges in science or in business or in art that a team of tireless, collaborating AIs could finally help us solve?